Wham, 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 wham. The cat's eyes peer back at me, as if the frightened earth is peeping out at its punisher from beneath a tarmac duvet. Wham, 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 wham. What more do you? Wham, wham, wham.
Called for a policy that says people who have settled here legally, nurses, pensioners, teachers, business owners, our neighbours, that they should be deported if they earn less than £38,000 a year, or if they claim any benefits, including the state pension. These are people settled here lawfully, our neighbours. And look, this week it wasn't even reform. This week it was the Tories. And that is what we're up against on the right of politics. A politics of division and grievance that wants to take this great country to a very dark place. Our job, whoever we are in this country,
there's just nothing like that reveal. Such a reveal. And there's me Yewbarrow, straight ahead, looking like some ship's hull, and looking really exposed actually. Nah, looking really exposed. So we'll see how that goes tonight. Oh, it's bloody gorgeous. Cool. So that's Yewbarrow straight ahead, and it is looking absolutely brutal. So brutal. Barren and exposed, but apparently it is a lovely field up at the top. It's just going to be a grisly ascent. I mean, look at that. It's like a shark's fin. Blooming heck. But I've got unfinished business in this area, and that's what this trip's all about. I think the phrase passing place is new to these guys ahead, because they just are not using them. They're not anticipating or looking far ahead in the distance. They're just suddenly seeing a car and going, oh, I'd better stop at the side of the road, instead of, you know, edging out, getting us. There we go, look, there's one. I'm gonna wave these guys on, I think. Do you wanna come? Don't know if that was useful or not. Oh. Let's see how they fare on the next one. Trundly, trundly, trundly. Actually, I'm going to waste battery doing this. There's more interesting things to document than poor passing etiquette. Over and out. Well, hi. Welcome back to the channel, as they say. It's been a while. Well, it hasn't, because there's a steady trickle of uploads going. By the way, look at the state of my car. I've right fudged it. I haven't fudged it, it's fine, it just looks dirty. Look, it's just dripping with muck and slurry. It was overdue a clean, so that's fine. Double check. And it's a case of, where am I going? Well, it's also a case of unfinished business. I am here to finish what I intended back in August when I went on that astro trip in the lakes, which is where I am now, spoiler alert. And I intended to go all the way to Yewbarrow, but I didn't make it because I was so beat and knackered. But that was what I was aiming for, because I thought it would have the best views of Wasdale, Wastwater. So that's it there. And I'm back. It is late-ish October, so it's all very autumnal. Yeah, it's only a short one, hence once again got a bag for life. But yeah, it's gonna be freezing. There's definitely a nick in the air, and it's not going to be any warmer up there, I can tell you that much. So that is why I've coughed up the $1 for like a camping stove. So I'm going to be, because I think I'm going to really value a hot meal instead of the usual cold crud that I'm gobbling in places like that. Meal deals and the like. Just look at that. Yeah. So I brought some water to boil for a cup of coffee in the morning. Again, it's normally an iced double shot espresso. So my Burger King is repeating on me. I actually felt quite queasy in the car. I'm also going to be woefully unfit and rather unhealthy because I've been ill recently. Had a cold. That started 2 weeks ago now, but it's still knocking about a bit. I swear it didn't used to be like that pre-COVID, but I got walloped by that a couple of times. So yeah, lots of puffing and panting, and it seems like the steepest hill round here that I could be choosing to climb. But it's, from what I gather, quite short and sweet and steep. So yeah, I'll fill you in a bit more on the plan as I get further up there. Beautiful, just beautiful. It's very windy! Woo! I knew it was going to be windy. Not this windy. Dang. Yeah. Right. Up there, Yewbarrow. Come on. Okay, now I'm heading up in between Dropping Crag and Bell Rib, up to the mighty sounding Great Door. So that's going to be impressive, I reckon. Well, I've seen pictures online, so I know it's impressive. I think we may have entered Scramble Town, Scramble territory. with this hefty bag for life is not ideal. I said I tooled up. Another thing on my long list of things that would make life easier is a bigger backpack. This one's cool, even more so because I just found it by the side of the road with another smaller one. Someone was getting rid, and that was years and years ago. Well, like 3 or 4 years maybe. Hang on. So yeah, bigger backpack would be good. Damn, this bag for life. I can actually use it for ballast by kind of slinging it up ahead of me and then heaving myself up the mountain with it. I'm truly ensconced in this gully here. What a gully. This is a gully for the ages. I'm just rounding on Great Door. You can just see what's going to be an awesome view from around the corner. Oh. Wow, what a crack. This Yewbarrow is definitely what it's cracked up to be. Oh. Well, I definitely know why it's called Great Door. Check this out as you round the corner. Just put my sunnies up so I can actually see where I'm heading. Look at this. Insane. Looks like a decent scramble all the way up here, to be honest, but you'd have to be a bit of a nutter to do that. But wow, incredible. Can't even fit it all in. So cool. Camera time. First camera stop of the kind of sprint up here. It's taken about 50 minutes. And lugging that hefty bag for life up the scree slope here was not fun. But I'm pretty much on the top now, so I can start scoping out a camping spot shielded from this savage wind. Well, I just popped up onto the top of Bell Rib, I think it is, to just see what it was saying, and I think I might have found my camping spot already. It's I'm going to go up there anyway, up to the top, the summit, because I don't know, but might have a better view of what I want. Milky Way is going to be, yes, Milky Way again. That's going to be over there. But this looks flipping perfect, doesn't it? I thought it would be, I've seen pictures of it and, you know, I thought it was like looking really dodgy. But then it's a northwesterly wind, which I'm protected from here. This is a nice flat spot. The aim from my August trip was to try and get a shot of the Milky Way over Wastwater. And I was over there on Red Pike. But I have to say, this spot could be perfect. The only issue is it is windy, and now I'm here, it's not that shielded from the wind. Further back was better. But I mean, it's pretty much a perfect spot. There's nothing really in the foreground, whereas this would be in the foreground if I was up there. So I'll head up there, see what it's saying. But this is a strong, yeah, that gut's there. The tripod's going to get knocked over. But this is some prime real estate. Right. And yeah, the Scafell range is just looking so impressive and chiseled over there, like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's chin. It's just incredible. And look over the edge. The finest sight in all of Lakeland, in my opinion. Wastwater. Incredible. And the Ilgill Screes. Oh my gosh. I was not feeling up for it this morning, what with being under the weather, and yeah, I just didn't feel good. But what a tonic being up here is. It is just incredible. And yeah, the joys of potentially finding a lovely camping spot within the hour and not being knackered from a huge hike. Whee! The mountain goat. Great door being great, as per. I'll tell you what, the people coming down from Scafell Pike, time-lapsey would look amazing seen through this. I'm gonna have to return. Looking pretty sweet up there. I think, although I thought that was a good spot, which it undoubtedly is, I think further up is going to give me a whole view of the lake uninterrupted, so yeah, that might be the one. Whoa! Well, here's another potential spot here. It's nicely sheltered from the northwest. It's such a good spot. I'm afraid it's kind of already been taken by these guys, these grazers. Wow, look at, I think that's red pike off in distance. The bagging of Yewbarrow up and over there might have to wait until the morrow, because I've got, well, there's still 3 hours until true darkness, but I need to start planning. My GoPro keeps turning off because it thinks it's got low battery. Very annoying, but yeah, need to start scoping spots. Milky Way is going to be right at the bottom of Wastwater, so I tried going up a bit further, but it's just the view of the lake is somewhat obscured, so it's got to be this. It's got to be this. So this for a shot, summit with the foreground, maybe even me in it if I can do that, and then tempting somewhere up there. Boom! Oh, look at that. Fucking hell, it's never easy. I've not got my camera in my bag. I must have left it. I did set it down somewhere. It is not in my bag. I'm going to have to leave these things here and just hide them down here and retrace my steps. Oh my god, look at it there. The Fuji XT4, the Fuji. Oh my god, I just had to come back all the way from up there. It's like running down. Oh, what a nightmare. Gut-wrenching feeling. Never done that. I have been up since 4:30. So, yeah, not entirely with it. Like I said, I've been feeling a bit out of sorts, but oh god, how silly. How silly. It's because I saw that and thought, oh, I've got to take a picture of that. Now I've got to trudge all the way back up there. Oh, with all my stuff, where I left my stuff. But thankfully, mountain people are trustworthy people. Damn, did not need to do that, but found it. Could that be potential YouTube video title? I lost my camera on Yewbarrow. Just before an astrophotography mission. Well, back to where I started, camera in hand. The GoPro's lasting like 10 seconds, it's so annoying. Anyway, now I stashed my kit somewhere, so I've got to find that now. That's what minded me to take a photo. Okay, here it is. Oh. Okay, that's the tent up, and that's the sun dipping. Now it's time to whip out the stove enjoy the old chicken tikka masala and rice. Wow. It's not the flattest ground I've ever camped on, but we'll have to do. I've put a new battery in that I fully charged. See if that lasts any longer. It said it had 40% left, but still it kept turning itself off. This seems to be lasting longer anyway. Yeah, definitely not the flattest, but there's nowhere really that can accommodate flat ground. I might try and shimmy it a bit, but I mean, what a location. That looks incredible. I should have got a picture when the sun was still up, but I had bigger fish to fry. The shelter took precedence. Yeah, this is working now, thankfully. I mean, there's always something, isn't there? Never a dull moment on these missions. Yeah, I'm going to whip out the stove in a bit, which is another new acquisition, because I felt like I was going to need the warmth, because it should be, well, it's going to feel like 0, I reckon, dropping down to about 3 or 4, but that was Wasdale Head, so I don't know about up here. It's already feeling pretty chilly. But I've also got to try and scope out, you know, a photography spot. Somewhere down here might be nice. I mean, look at that. It's hopefully, the thing is, it's really windy, so it's not going to be all still, acting like a kind of mirror, which is what I had in mind. But imagine leaving the camera on the very first bit that I went up and got all excited about. I was so excited that I just left my camera there. Thankfully it's not a large mountain, and I mean I only realised when I put my stuff down and was like, okay, this is it, this is the spot. So if I had a long hike, I might have been yeah, an issue. Okay, so look at the size of that lake. Blimmin' massive. Yeah, I mean, so that's it. That's the shot. I've just got to work out. It's nice to have some kind of foreground elements, and it would also be quite nice for me to shelter somewhere. But might have to just be on top of that, to be honest. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think this might be it, because that's going to give me some really nice foreground going all the way down. I don't know if you can see it, but that tip right at the end, that's where I left my camera. So I'm above and beyond that slope thing there. That's looking epic. So yeah, this is it. There's some kind of flattish ground here. Perfect. I mean, this is where the path is actually, so. But yeah, that's gonna look really nice. Might even flip it that way. That will look rubbish on YouTube. Look at that lake. It is insanely large. Whopping. So here it is, the one-man stove kit from Go Outdoors. Necessary. It's my first time, you know, I've camped up a fair few mountains, and I'm slowly making steps, you know, at kind of perfecting the comfort, and it feels about time, especially with the winter rolling in. I don't think I'll be doing many winter camps. This tent I've got, this is probably the end season wise of it, cause it's not a 4-season one, and I think we're towards the end of season 3. Yeah, I'm tired. I don't know if that's coming across, but I'm tired. But I had to pounce on, you know, it's half term, so I'm off. It's a Friday night, is it? Saturday night. It's a Saturday night, and or is it a Friday night? I don't even know. It's Saturday. It's Saturday, and the skies are going to be clear as crystal, and it's also towards the end of Milky Way season. So this is kind of my last chance of the year to get this shot that I keep banging on about. The Milky Way over there in the southwest, over the top of Wastwater. Let me get this chicken tikka meal down me, and maybe I'll be a bit more perky. I hope so. I'm gonna need it. And I'll tell you this just while it's light enough, and it just highlights what a fool I am. Bearing in mind that I've been ill, and I'll be even iller probably after this, because it's already feeling freezing up here. My original plan, because I was debating, one last shot at the Milky Way. I was looking on like Google Earth and sort of planning, you know, as best I could, the direction of the Milky Way and all of that, and what would be my best option. Because spoiler alert, you know, the astro trip to the lakes in summer didn't quite work out. I mean, I haven't actually got to editing some of the pictures from that, so who knows, it might have ended up pretty good. The one on top of Red Pike, up and over there, the throne, that bad thing happened with the resetting it and then accidentally forgetting to switch it back to RAW, so I was only capturing in JPEG, and you know, the photographers out there will know that's just rubbish in terms of flexibility in post. So yeah, I don't know, I haven't looked at the third day at Bleed Hard yet. You never know, it might be alright, but obviously not going to be as good as if I was shooting in RAW. So and I didn't make it to Yewbarrow. This was my intended spot for the big hike anyway, and I just bit off more than I could chew and stopped at Red Pike instead. So I'm back at Yewbarrow. I'm here. It's looking mighty peachy. So my plan was, I was debating whether or not to come up here first, shoot the Milky Way over there, and then pitch up, shoot my Milky Way, and then go back down Yewbarrow all the way to the head of Wastwater there. Likely to take another hour and 20 minutes, something like that. And up until the way up here, I was on board with that. That's what I was going to do, because I was like, well, it's only, you know, it's right next to it. It's just a quick up and down. To be fair, actually, it sounds ludicrous. Actually being here on the side of it, it does look like there'd be some kind of quick way to just bolt it straight down, but then I'd be coming back up in complete darkness, and that might be a bit hairy. I mean, it would be hairy coming back up in pitch darkness anyway, and knackering, because I've already been up once. But when you're looking on Komoot, it's like deceptively, oh yeah, it's just an hour and 20. You don't have any sense. Hello, mate. You don't, looking very proud up there. The dying light hitting its whatever jowls, dewlaps, if sheep have dewlaps. So that was insane of me to even think I probably would have bailed on that anyway, being up here doing that. I would have bailed, but this is going to be good enough, I think. You know, the idea with going down there is that I gauged from practice now, failing, that the closer you are to the water, the more likely you are to get the reflections. Hopefully there's some reflections on Wastwater, but it's so sort of windy. You can see there's like that band there. That's just the wind blowing the water along. So reflections probably wouldn't be likely. And you know, it's not going anywhere, is it? That's the thing. So yeah, next year, when it's getting warmer again. The other issue is like camping. You know, there's the National Trust Lakehead campsite just down there, but that was like 40 quid, and you can't just stay there for one night. They make you book for two, so 40 quid for 2 nights. Which would have left me, if I'd gone there first, I'd then be stuck with having to trek all the way up here and then camp and pitch up in the darkness. Yeah, this I'm glad I did this option. You know, I've made my bed now and I'm going to lie in it, and everything crossed, it's going to work out this time. I didn't prepare enough on the last trip, basically. Prepare to fail, fail to prepare, and that's what happened, because I wasn't really thinking too much about the astro side of it, and you know, I hadn't really been practiced in it, and you need to be really skilled at it because it's quite easy for it to go wrong. So, well, it's just very hard to do. So oh, there's a person up there. It's the first person I've seen on the whole hike so far, other than right near the top, the bottom. So yeah, I've studied, I've made notes of exactly how many exposures to take and all that kind of thing. So let's just get a scarf out behind me. So yeah, I prepared this time and I'm not knackered. That was another element from last time, was that my main day was in the middle of that 18-mile circular, and I was just cream crackered by the time it got to photography time. And maybe if I was less tired, I would have realised I was shooting in JPEG. But there we go. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. So yeah, that's why I'm back. Yewbarrow Part 2, the sequel. Unfinished business. There we go. Right. Let's fire up the stove. Okay, moment of truth. Never used one of these before. Oh yeah, that's sounding good. Yeah, there we go. Right, time to cook that tikka. Yum. This, oh my god, oh no, it just dropped the GoPro in the tikka. Well, that's fine, because they're built for all you know, conditions. All I was going to say is the sizzling of the tikka is so pleasing, and the steam coming off it. You can see why people. The joys of hot food is what I was saying, but not the joys of having chicken tikka masala and rice smeared all over the lens, so I'm gonna have to sort that out. But yeah, ugh, in a word, ugh. Okay, the tikka, I'm about to let rip on the tikka, and you know it wouldn't be an Isaac BW hike without an interesting fruity kind of beer, and this evening it is a Northern Monk Infinite Fog Hazy Deeper 8%er. Oh my gosh, that's going to go down extremely well with this, my fantastic Tika. So let's see. All right, loading some up on the spork. And the infinite fog. Let's see. Oh, that's delightful. That is just delightful. Okay, and I'm gonna chow down on this chicken tikka before it gets chilly, because it's probably not going to last very long. But very impressed with this setup, I have to say. Very impressed indeed. A welcome addition. Super light, and I've got another pan somewhere here for my. Oh god, check this out. This is for the morning. All day breakfast. So that's beans, sausages, mushrooms and bacon in a rich and tangy tomato sauce. I'm not expecting good things with that, I can tell you. But pleasantly kind of okayed by the chicken tikka. Right, must eat. The head torches of the so-called, well, I heard someone on a forum describe them as the Three Peaks Lemmings. Yeah, their head torches are starting to appear. So now it's getting dark. That's gonna look cool later. Gosh, it's very nippy. It's very nippy. The chicken tikka went down very nicely. I didn't bring up any like kitchen roll or whatever to clean it at, so I'm just gonna have to put my all day breakfast straight back in. I scooped most of it up. Yeah, that's gonna look really cool most of the night, I think. Might go back in the tent and get toasty and wait. Fortunately, well, not fortunately, but the good thing about it being late October is that you don't have to wait as long. I was waiting till like 11 or something for true darkness, but now I've only got to wait till 7:50. So I've got an hour, so things happen much more quickly. So yeah, not too long to go. Oh, there's someone coming down from Great Gable and someone coming down Kirk Fell, I guess that is. Oh, it's all happening. It's all happening up on Yewbarrow. One thing that could slightly be scuppering my plan is that there's a huge clump of cloud that is just sitting over the ocean, and I guess it's slowly moving away. But that's the direction, that is the direction where the Milky Way is gonna pop up from. So that's a bit annoying that I won't be able to catch it straight away. Hopefully, you know, I've got an hour. Hopefully by then it dissipates and keeps blowing over towards Ireland. Speaking of blowing over, hopefully I don't blow over the side of the mountain. There are gusts, you know, I'd be lying if I said there weren't gusts, but I think that the tent it's fully pegged down. It's not the quietest of tents. It's always been a flapper. I make no bones about that. It's always been a flapper. But it'll be fine. It's got quite a lot of gear in it, so I'm not worried. The gusts aren't that severe, and I'm not worried about it blowing off the side. It's not like I'm on the edge either, so it's fine. It's just that huge line of cloud that's going all the way across the horizon at exactly the point where I was hoping to aim the camera. So we'll see. I mean, I can still see the horizon. That's the thing. I can see like these red distant lights out on the, I'll say it again, horizon. Not sure what they are, but they all seem to be like flickering at the same time, which is very weird, which is probably like, you know, the heat and air, temperature in the air shifting about, but affecting them all as one, even though they're probably like miles apart. It's pretty interesting how there's this uniform flickering going on. If you know what that phenomenon is, do email email in your thoughts. Just peeking outside now. Gosh, it's looking very dark actually, and there's still some time to go. So yeah, not long now. What time is it? 7:15. So yeah, about half an hour until true darkness, and hopefully that cloud shifts. Yeah, see you then. So it's 7:30. 20 minutes until true darkness, and even now I can actually see the Milky Way with my bare eye, which is thrilling to know that it's there. That's reassuring. What is not reassuring and disconcerting is that dang cloud is still there. It looks like it's flattened. It's like rounded off a bit, so it's probably getting further and further away, but that thing needs to hurry up because it's not going to disappear in 20 minutes, and you know, it's in the way. There's no two ways about it. That is interfering with shots. Just goes to show you can do all these things, you know, trek up a mountain. Yes, the symbol on the iOS weather app is the clear symbol, the clear crescent moon. But there's actually little clouds peppered everywhere, and they don't seem to be moving. So I don't really know what's going on here. So we'll see. The thing is, the later I leave it, the less impressive the Milky Way gets, because it kind of moves across to the west, and like by 10 o'clock the brightest bit, I mean, the UK is not brilliant for it anyway. You need to be further south, I think, to get to see the full fatty core glowing. So, you know, we're not exactly spoiled. So it's not going to be the best ever Milky Way anyway, but it's not going to be great if part of it is just obscured by a thick blob of cloud, which it will be at the moment. So I'm just waiting it out. But I'm probably still going to head out in 20 minutes just to, because it's going to take me ages to get focus and to set up where I want. There's also the Comet Lemon 2025 Lemon Comet knocking about, so I'll see if I can catch that. You know, there could always be some kind of I'm going to take that shot anyway, and then just see how it turns out. And there could always be some jiggery pokery in post going on, like actually I take a picture of the night sky tilted up and then insert that behind the foreground of the lake and whatnot. You know, the stuff like that happens. I mean, that's how most Milky Way photos are achieved anyway, so I think that's fine to do. And the fact that you can actually see it now just peppered on the skyline is pretty amazing. Right, I know they say leave no trace, but just to stop or to put my mind at rest, just on peace of mind, that my tent isn't going to blow over the side of the mountain, I'm actually just weighing it down with some of these stones. I should get one more really, just so there's one in each corner, but I mean, it's fine. I'm going to get one more just to put it at the back. Okay. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. This is a good idea. Right, I got an absolute house brick here. This tent, I mean, it's a bit damp, which is not ideal, but I'd rather have a damp brick in my tent than have no tent and have no possessions, because it all got blown off the side of a mountain. So yeah, I think I'm happy now. Right, yes, that's looking absolutely sturdy. See how bright I can get this. Yeah, that's looking sturdy. Okay, time to rock. So I've just had a bit of a sesh facing that way towards Wastwater, but as you can probably hear, it's really windy, and that's made focusing. I did my best. We'll have to see. What's that? A charred log. I'm just gonna, first of all, I just want to check that the tent is still there and hasn't been blown over. Whew. Yes, that's it there. That's freaking me out, but looks like home sweet home to me. Those reflective tags are pretty cool way of seeing it. Yeah. Okay, so my next target is the old lemon. You know what? I also saw a massive meteor. Right guys, I've got a quandary. I didn't think it was that cold. I'm nice and toasty actually, but my toothpaste is frozen and is not coming out. I don't really want to fire up the hob again just to get this toothpaste to come out, but I'm not quite. I have to just like incubate it for a while, sit on it or something, and hope it'll come out. Flappage. That's just because the flap is open. It's not that bad. I think I found the perfect object for extraction. The wick of an apple. Is that what it's called? A wick? Gosh, it's proper frost. This toothpaste actually costs £13, so kind of ridiculous that it's frozen. So like, can I just paint it onto my bristles now? Once again, it's the glamorous life of a wild camper. I don't know if this is doing anything, but it is quite pleasing. Right, let me see. It's still very early, it's like 5:20. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but that's the Starlink going over the top of Scarfell Pike. It's a bit cloudy, around. There's a bit of mist. But I think this is the best way to show it, because if I were to just set up a long exposure shot, it would just be one long streak, which is kind of cool. But this way you actually get to see the movement, hopefully. Might try a bit of both, because it's very long, the chain. Pretty sick though. Perfect timing to get up for a piddle and see that. I think I'm going to stay awake now, because I've actually had about 5 hours sleep after all that. An hour, and then another hour, and then from 2 to 5, yeah, a solid 3 hours sesh. So I'm veritably buzzing. Right, I'm going to try and take a long exposure pic. It is 6 in the morning, which means it's coffee time. Careful not to incinerate my tent. Right. See how fast I can get a boil on then. Yeah, pretty good sleep actually. I mean, it was 5 hours long in 3 separate bursts. But yeah, I was thinking I'd have to like sleep in a lay-by or something when it got to 2 o'clock and I'd had an hour's sleep. Or 2. This battery situation is cheesing me off, because it says 44, but it terminates the recording after like 10. I see movement in the pan, so that's actually pretty impressive. About a minute, 2 minutes maybe? Sorry for the banding. And this morning we'd be sipping a Taylor's of Harrogate hot Java lava coffee bag. I actually find this flavour, this roast, too strong. Like, it's not actually pleasant for me. I prefer the kind of rich Italian or the Flying Start, but yeah, it'll do, it'll do. And a pretty fitting coffee actually, considering I'll be sipping it on the site of, you know, ancient volcanic activity. And there's probably not a worse sight than the slop. The slop of last night's chicken tikka. I forgot to bring any cleaning stuff. It's actually quite aromatic, but ew at the same time. Ugh. Well, morning. It's looking quite spectacular over there, so I'm just waiting, see what happens, and try and capture it perhaps. There's the camera there, ready and waiting. Okay, I've switched to my phone because the GoPro keeps turning off after like 7 seconds, and you know I like to talk for longer than 7 seconds at a time. But what I was saying was, yeah, the good thing about returning to a place, the field, where you want to take pictures, is that I now know, after having camped on top of Great Gable over there, I now know that it's not worth hanging around for the sun to rise on Wastwater, because it takes ages, because the sun has got to rise from above the highest mountain in England, Scafell Pike, just up there, and also round the back of Ilgill Head as well. So it's much better for sunsets than sunrises, because the sun was going down nicely over there yesterday. Ain't that cool? And so now I'm not stressing out about, oh, where do I need to position my camera, da-di-da-di-da. I know I've already got something, you know, okay for that, showing the kind of the shadow of the sun. I think the shadow of the sun is actually playing on Yewbarrow and Ilgill Head. So yeah, where I'm standing now, Yewbarrow. This morning's plan, I think the sun is going to come up right behind there. So I mean, maybe just wait for the sun to get a bit more activated and point the camera that way. I don't really know, but it'd be a shame to... because I've only come for one day, I can absolutely just go crazy with the old camera photography, because I'm not concerned about conserving batteries anymore. So it was nice last night to be able to just get 3 sort of time lapses down, because I'm not worried about conserving battery. So yeah, still enjoying my coffee, and I'm gonna get to work on the all-day breakfast quite soon. There you go. Breakfast is on. I'll tell you what, this is a revelation. I am definitely bringing this everywhere with me, even when I'm not camping. Just all day breakfast on the go, wherever you please. Lovely. Okay, just gonna leave my stuff there and hot-foot it up to the summit of Yewbarrow. Well, there we have it. This will be the south summit, I guess. North is up and over there. Decided to do the full summit because it's only 10 minutes. That's it over there. Okay, here we are. Yewbarrow top. Great gable. And that one looking gnarly over there. I think that must be Pillar, but I'm not sure. It's gotta be. Now to start the trek back down. Oh, lovely. I forgot that the clocks went back an hour last night, so that's probably why it felt like I got more sleep. So I'm very confused about how much sleep I actually managed to get, because in my mind it went 12 till 1 I slept, then I slept from 1 till 2, and then from 2 till 5. So I'm not entirely sure what I've done, but I woke up feeling restored anyway, which is the main thing. Going up that with this, it's a bit of a piss take, to be honest. Nearly there now. And down, just as the rain's properly settled in.